Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me. All right, so looks like the setup is okay. So I'm here for another data science live question and answer live stream. My friend Arihan Jain, who is a lead data scientist, he was going to join, but unfortunately he's not feeling well and he won't be able to join. So I will be doing this alone today. So again, this is general data science question and answer live stream. Please start posting your question. I can already see your question. Varun, Ritvik, Sethu, Gopi Krishna, Sitaram. I can see your messages. Any questions you have, please start posting it. I will start answering them one by one. By the way, this is a live charity stream. The situation in India is pretty bad right now. I know many of my close friends, relatives who are impacted. There have been some deaths. My best friend's father passed away a few days back. And we who are in IT, who are safe, who are not impacted, we are fortunate, privileged, and we should do whatever we can in our capacity to help the needy. Therefore, I have identified a very trustworthy initiative. It is on milap.org, and the purpose of this stream is that we discuss our question and answer, and then I encourage you to contribute to that NGO. So let me just share my screen and just quickly show you what we need to do. So see, if you see my screen in this live stream, you will see this Milap fundraiser. And by the way, friends, this is trustworthy. Okay, you can put a trust on this. And this initiative is trying to procure oxygen, and it is they want to deliver that to hospitals and doctors' offices so that people who are in need can get it. So please click on donate now and do whatever donation you don't like whatever 100 rupees 1000 rupees whatever you can donate. Please try to help, my sincere request, and I will try to match up that donation. So what will happen is you donate here and then you go to this particular Google form and just fill out 3 pages, your name, how much you donated, your email ID, and submit. And then I will make a sum of all that amount, and I will donate either full or percentage of that contribution from my own pocket money. So let's try to help the country. It is in a need, it requires your help. So please, sincere request, please help, and we'll just start with our questions now. Sai is asking, I'm currently working as a SES developer using DB2 for past 2 years. How can I have my career plan for achieving a good career in data science? Well, you, I always say this in your current profile, try to use data science as much as you can. Be a little creative, try to figure out problems in your team which can be solved using data science. You need to brush up your mathematics and statistics skills. So make sure every single day you spend, let's say, 1 hour in studying some new math concept or say, statistics concept. And then you can learn a lot of tools. See, data science career requires knowledge of statistics and math is very important. Programming. So do you know Python programming, for example? If not, start learning Python step by step. So whatever work you're doing, if you apply data science there, it's going to be very beneficial. It will result into effective learning. And another thing we need to remember, friends, is it takes time. So give yourself 6 months, 1 year, but do not give up. Like slowly learn every day, slowly, little by little, keep on accumulating. Chandar Mohan is asking how we start preparation continuously of data science. The question is not very clear, but I already answered it. Like every day, learn simple topic. Every day have this schedule. It's like you have a schedule, right? You eat every day. You sleep 8 hours. Similarly, spare 1 hour at least in learning something about data science. Saurabh is asking how we are doing in USA. Well, USA situation is pretty good right now. The vaccine drive is going very fast. I took vaccine myself, by the way, and more than 50% population is vaccinated already. So here, I think things will start opening up soon. Varun Bora is asking fast API Python tutorial. Yes, that is in my plan, Varun. I just have too many things in my plate. Sometimes I get demand of so many topics, but definitely fast API is in my list. And by the way, friends, I recently started math and statistics for data science series, because one thing we have to remember is our basics needs to be very strong. If you start doing like fancy deployments using fancy frameworks directly, and if you don't have strong fundamentals, you will have a lot of trouble. So it's important that the basics are very, very strong. And you know for that reason I started this math and statistics series, and there is a playlist, so please watch those videos. I will try to put exercises in as many tutorials as I can. All right. Pushpak is asking how important is it to know the math behind the right. So Pushpak, you need to have some understanding. I'm not saying know the complete gradient descent or complete math behind the scene, but have some understanding. If you watch my machine learning tutorials, I always give some basic understanding, the required understanding. Because if you go too much deep into math, it might take a lot of time. But if you have some basic understanding, it's going to help you select a algorithm for a given problem. I'm going to make probably a couple of videos on how for a given problem you choose the right algorithm. Right? You do great research CV and you do like experimentation, but still there are some guidelines. Like for a given problem, how do you choose the appropriate algorithm? So I'll make videos on that. Varun Ritvik Gudluru is asking how just basic coding knowledge in Python. When and where to start data science? I'm currently in my BTech third year. In BTech third year, you can start learning data science. You need to do project-based learning, project-based effective learning. Okay. So project-based learning means in your third year BTech, try to pick up projects which uses data science, because if you're in engineering you have to do projects, right? So those projects you should pick up in such a way that you can utilize your data science skills, and data science is something you can learn just by doing it. Jayant Gupta is asking, selected for an interview in the company. He is in the final year student. Job profile is junior data scientist. Very good. How should I prepare for the interview? What should I study? So Jayant, first thing you need to do is go to either Glassdoor or Career Cup. There are many websites which will post questions asked in that same company. So try to connect with the people from that company and try to get, or just try to talk to HR and try to get an understanding of how the interview process looks like for that company. See, if you talk to HR directly and ask this question, okay, what is the interview format? What type of questions are going to be asked? It is a perfectly valid question. Here in Facebook, my friend had an interview in Facebook, and Facebook gave him complete guide on what question they will ask. Not they did not tell him the exact question, but they literally tell him, okay, we'll be asking you, and that position was for data scientist. So Facebook said, okay, we'll be asking you some statistics question, and they mention what topics. Then some Python question. In Python also, they literally mention that we'll ask these topics, but we'll not ask these other topics. So if you ask HR and try to get information from Google, from other resources, that's going to be super useful. But yeah, in general, they ask questions on like some math and statistics, some basic statistics fundamentals, then some Python coding. They will ask you to maybe read CSV in Python and do some basic data exploration, data cleaning. I don't think they will go too much deep into algorithm or data structures and all that. Then some scenario based, case study based question. Let's say company sales are declining and here's the situation. What will you do as a data scientist? And some SQL. SQL is also important. So some basic SQL like joins, they might give you some tables in the interview that, okay, this is my tables for a given, let's say, grocery store, and I want to retrieve certain information. How would you perform your SQL query? So then you need to practice those SQL questions as well. Top facts is saying, I'm digital marketer. How do you start? Okay, so if you're a digital marketer, you might be running PPC campaigns. You might be helping customer with his like general data analysis. So try to take that data in your current job and maybe use Power BI for some visualization. Okay, so the idea is same. In your current job, try to find out data science applicability. Many times people say that no, data science is not applicable, but are you thinking hard enough? If you're being creative, thinking hard enough, there is always an applicability. There is no browser screen on shared screen. Oh, jigger. Okay. Maybe they did not see. All right. So, friends, again, this is a charity stream for helping India fight COVID. The situation in India is very bad right now. My best friend's father passed away 2 days back. The, the hospitals are running out of oxygen, and I have identified one good initiative NGO that is trying to supply oxygen to hospitals, and the link of that initiative is in video description below. So please try to donate. My sincere request, if you have received any help from my channel, I would say this is my fees. So you directly donate. I am not in the middle. You directly donate. And most important thing is there is a Google form in the video description. So try to fill up the Google form and just put how much do you donated, because I will take some of all the donation and I will try to match that contribution from my own money. Saurabh is asking, I had 10 years of experience in sales. What is the expectation? Should have to switch to data analysis. So 10 years of experience, yes, you can switch to sales, data science, Saurabh. That should not be a problem. You have to work hard, obviously, because you have gained domain knowledge in your sales, and domain knowledge is very important for a data scientist or data analysis. So you should try to target data analyst career. Data scientist will be more steeper learning curve. And in your sales experience, whatever, if you come across any databases, any data that you have access of, try to plot some dashboards in Power BI. I have done Power BI series. I have a lot of videos on that. So try to use some BI tool. Power BI is the best. And use your domain knowledge, your past experiences, the kind of problems that you solve being a sales rep. And that will be a good starting point for you. Pushkar is asking SVM primal and dual. Can you make video on it? Okay, I will make a note of that. TikTok, TikTok is asking, I have doubt in data science. First, I have to do MScs. No, you don't need to do masters in computer science. You can learn data science directly. Nowadays, data science career is a new, kind of relatively new. So many colleges did not have a specific degree, but now colleges are starting to have specific bachelor courses in um, data science as well. So masters in computer science is not needed. Divyansu is working as a SEO team lead. Should I join data science? Well, Divyansu, depends. You have to spend a lot of time in learning things. So figure out if you have time and passion to learn things. And also first ask this question, why you want to do data science? Is it that your current job you're not happy with? If you enjoy doing SEO, like SEO digital marketing has humongous scope. If you enjoy doing it, you can grow a lot in that domain. Friends, I'm telling you, digital marketing overall has humongous big career opportunities. So if you already spend time, like if you ask me, if I have spent, let's say 5 years of my life in doing something, let's say in doing mechanical engineering, I will first think, okay, how can I use my knowledge, which I have gained in 5 years, to help my career? Because when you totally switch, you are kind of starting again, and you have to you're not leveraging your experience that much. So think about it, like the problem with today's world is everyone says, oh, data science, it's a hype. And people are like, oh, I become data scientist, I will earn this much money. People are just money oriented. If you keep money in your mind, you will fail. I'm telling you, you will fail for sure. You should do what you enjoy doing. For example, I figured out my passion for teaching few years back. And if someone asks me, look, are you a data scientist? Are you software engineer? I tell them I am a teacher because teaching is my passion. I don't mind, doing a job in university and just teaching because teaching makes me happy. If something makes you happy, you will excel in your career. So please look at your interest. Don't do data science because 10 of your friends are doing it, because there is just so much hype, and because people are making so much money. Life, you need to think beyond money. In your brain, if you develop that mindset, money will follow you. Priyanka Agarwal is asking that I suggested to make projects on live data collected from companies, but what to do if we are not able to do that? Priyanka, very good question. I totally understand that many times you cannot get live data from companies, but if you Google, there are many resources available. For example, Kaggle has so many data sets. There are, other than Kaggle, like government websites, if you look at, for example, in US or Indian government websites, they have a lot of data. So you need to collect data from those portals. Sometimes you might have to write some queries, you might have to download some Excel files manually and do some joining, data cleaning to come up with a good data. Sometimes you might not get like a clean ready-made data, but that's fine. As a data scientist, it's just your job to go to different resources, figure out, collect data, and put it in a clean state. So if I'm you, I will go to, let's say you are doing some stock market analysis. Okay, now BSE and NSE have their website in India, Bombay Stock Exchange, and their websites, you can download uh, financial data one by one. So what I would do is I would either manually download it or maybe use RPA, robotic process automation, to download that data into a folder, then write a Python process which can listen to that folder and consume that information and clean and merge that data and put it in maybe MySQL. That would be a nice exercise. You will learn a lot, and then your getting access of real-time data problem will be solved. For financial economic indicator type of data, there is another good website called Quandl, QUNDL.com or .org, I forgot. That also has a lot of data. Yashvi Shah is asking, would you recommend going for MSc in data science from Germany? Currently in third year BTech, computer engineering, not interested in programming too much. Took comps due to parental pressure. This is the standard problem in India, in other countries. Your parents want you to become computer engineer. If you have seen this movie, I was just watching this movie, Three Idiots, I think a couple of days back. And in Three Idiots movie, the story of Three Idiots is the same. The parent pushes the person who is good in photography, and he wants him to become an engineer. And then you become a horrible engineer. You know, the standard example is if you ask Lata Mangeshkar to play cricket or ask Tendulkar to sing, they both will fail thoroughly. So it is like that. I understand because of parental pressure, you are in computer science, but say if you want to do MSc in data science from Germany, again, data science, you need programming. You cannot become data scientist without programming. So programming is needed. First, figure out if you're not interested in like programming, I would seriously think about pursuing some other thing. Try to figure out what your interests are. In last 5 or 10 years, have you received a compliment on anything? For example, I started YouTube channel because in my past 5 to 10 years, sometime in my companies where I was working, I received this compliment that I can explain things better. Then I thought, oh, maybe I should do teaching on YouTube. So similarly, Yashvi, in your life, have you come across a situation where people have given appreciation on certain things that you have done? And if yes, try to do that. And I understand like there are practical limitations. So try with small experiments. Try to do that thing, whatever. Maybe it could be singing, drawing, whatever. Try to do that thing on site. And then that interest you can build upon. And if your interest becomes your profession, you will be the most happiest person in the world. So yeah, generally Germany data science is a good option. Bharat in Germany is a nice YouTube channel. You should watch it. It has a lot of suggestions on, a lot of help on visa and general life in Germany. And I also have interviewed a couple of folks on my channel who did data science from Germany. So it's definitely a good option. But if you're saying you're not interested in programming, then I would say think about it. Because as a data scientist, you will have to do programming. Sai Teja is asking, previously I had worked in non-IT field for 4 years, recently changed to IT field. So I want to start my career as a fresher. Can you guide me which technology has more demand? So Sai, don't think about technology too much. Technology is evolving. I started as a C++ programmer, then I did VC++, then I did Python, JavaScript. You need to focus more on data structure and algorithms. I have a complete series on data structure algorithms. You need to think about how do you solve a given problem. So focus more on projects. And for that project, let's say if you have to use React Native or Cordova, or whatever framework, you can use it. But generally, see, mobile app development has a lot of demand, React Native especially. If you come on data science, obviously Python is just killing it. So Python is dominating it. You can also think about career in cybersecurity that has a lot of potential. It's like an ocean. There are so many options. So you try one thing, then you see if you can, if you get opportunity, if you get interest in that, try another thing. So you have to conduct small experiment and you figure out yourself. Akshay Karne is asking, I am currently working as a center head. I have 3 years of experience in MID, MIX, MIS head. I'm currently looking for a job. Oh, he's looking for a job. Okay. Pamela Queen, thank you for all your help. You're a wonderful human being. Thanks, Pamela, for your kind words. Unfortunately, I got to start over, but when I do, I'm not stopping. Pamela, I wish you all the best. Never stop. Keep it up. Do not give up. There are many days, even in my life, where just yesterday I was trying something, working on some distributed computing on deep learning, and it wasn't working. I was so frustrated. But then, days changes, the days shall pass. And today is a new day. I'm starting from fresh. I'm going to look at that problem from a fresh mind, and I'm 100% sure I will solve that problem. The same thing applies with everyone. Okay. Lucario is asking, how important is CP for data science? CP? CP as in, like, are you talking about C programming? Friends, please do not use abbreviation. I don't like abbreviation. If you can use like a full form, I'll be very thankful to you. Donald Bohol, on your experience, would you prefer to get certified? So see, especially the after pandemic situation, on LinkedIn every day I see everyone posting some kind of certificates. In my opinion, certificates are not that useful, to be honest. See, if I am interviewing people from my team, and if I receive resume which has XYZ certificates, I give zero weightage. Zero. I don't care. All that matters is what kind of projects you have worked on, how you perform in the interview, and do you have any exceptional credential on your resume. Exceptional credential will be, yes, I have participated in open source, for example. That would impress me. I have won a very reputed competition, let's say Kaggle Grandmaster. If you have those kind of things, that will put a weightage. Otherwise, certificates are, see, you do some course, they give you some certificate, and that's fine. But by doing that course and certificate, you are gaining knowledge. But certificates don't help you get a job. How to make LSTm training for a new data point faster? By the way, Saurabh, uh, in the field of NLP, things have evolved very fast. Now LSTMs are replaced by transformers. So in YouTube, there is a video called Long Live Transformers, and LSTM is dead. So first, think about if you can use transformer. Another thing is, think about if you can use any pre-trained models for your given problem. Now, if you are asking about general performance question, well, for general performance, you can use GPUs. Maybe, for example, I have NVIDIA DGX station, which has 4 powerful GPUs. So if you're running TensorFlow on that, you can use, if you go to TensorFlow tutorials, they have some tutorials on distributed computing. I'm going to come up with a video on that. So there is something called TensorFlow strategy. So there is like TensorFlow mirrored strategy. So if you use mirrored strategy, you can, let's say I have 10,000 training samples. You can divide those, and I have 4 GPUs on my DGX box. So I can make a batch of 2,500 samples each. Or let's say in my batch size is for example, 100. So then I will supply 25 training samples on each GPU using TensorFlow mirrored strategy, and then I can train everything in parallel. So that will probably train it faster. Chandar Mohan, how to find good stuff for learn data science? Very general question. Internet, YouTube, so many resources. Sai Susant is asking, can you please make a roadmap for data science? Sai, I already have a roadmap, buddy. Check in YouTube, search code basics, learn data science 6 months. I have like 6 months basic learning roadmap. After that, it's a lifelong journey. Can we learn maths for ML while learning ML? Ajit, yes, I'm doing that. I'm not an expert in math. I'm spending some time every day to learn mathematics, to make my own mathematics clear. So definitely makes sense. You should learn mathematics little by little every single day. Prajwal Sharma, big fan. Thank you, Prajwal. I appreciate all your kind comments. Thank you very much. Saurabh, to do continuous model training. By the way, just to remind you all, this is a charity stream. India is going through very tough time right now. Some of the people I know in my close circle have suffered a lot. So we are doing this charity stream, and what I'm asking you is favor where if you can donate to an initiative. I have put a link of that initiative in video description below. It is from milap.org. And if you can donate to that initiative, I'll be very thankful. It will help a country. It will help the people who are in need. Many times we are in IT, we can work from home. People have suffered. People have lost their jobs. We are fortunate. We should try to do whatever we can. It could be 100 rupees, 1,000 rupees, whatever you can. Please donate and then fill out a Google form, which I have mentioned in the video description below. And when you fill a Google form, I will be able to track how much donation we have collected as part of this live stream. And then we can, I'm going to match those contribution, either 100% or part of it. And we can all try to help others as much as we can, you know. Saurabh Atram is asking how to do continuous model training of LSTm. Continuous model training, I don't know what you mean, Saurabh. Can you please specify, like give more details? I guess I answered one question from you above, so maybe that answered part of it. Mustafa Kolo, hi Dawal. Hey Mustafa, glad to see you, buddy. Okay, now I have lost. Oh my God. Okay, sometimes, you know, I lose track of the chat. So the YouTube chat is not that efficient. It just scrolls. Okay. Average student can do MS in data science in USA. Yes, average student can do it, buddy. Your mindset should not be average. You should be thinking high all the time. You should be like, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. There is this book and there is a documentary on Netflix called The Secret. I think you should watch it. The documentary says that if you think you can do certain things, then it will happen. But you need to think continuously every day that you need to think that, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. And when you repeat that, it will give the energy, and universe will create some circumstances that it will help you in your mission. But you need to have that faith. Okay, so yes, TikTok average student can do it. Just don't keep your mindset average. Keep your mindset very strong. Avinash Devupalli, I am working in startup as an Angular and Power BI developer. Is it good or bad for my work career working in both domains? It is a good domain, Avinash. You're good. Angular, Power BI, both are very, very good technologies. YouTube Time Pass 2.0 is asking, sir, can you tell me in which condition we have to use ridge, lasso, and elastic net rather than overfitting? See, ridge, lasso, and elastic nets are strategies to reduce overfitting. So what you do is you penalize your loss and you try to keep your parameters smaller. Now, it really depends on the situation. So what I would suggest is for your given problem, use all three: ridge, lasso, elastic net, and use grid search CV to measure out the performance. I have a tutorial on grid search CV as well as ridge and lasso. So use grid search CV, try these three models and try to figure out which model is giving you the best performance. Many times, like all this selecting the best model is a matter of trial and error, and that is the reason we have tools such as grid search CV. Okay, sir, when statistics videos will come? Sakib, I have already started statistics video. There is a series. If you go to Code Basics, my series, I'm doing a complete series on statistics math. I have already published like 4 videos. Five. The next video will be coming up in next 2 days. So yeah. Darpan Vani, what are the minimum requirements for a system to use data science tool? I would give at least see four. Again, depends on if your data set has like trillions of data point, you need a higher system, but at least 4 GB RAM. If you can get 8 GB RAM, good enough. i7 processor or above, and SSD is a must. Solid state disk, you need that. And once you have these three parameters, then anything else is fine. Like if you talk about monitor, like I personally like big monitors. So if I have a laptop, I will try to get a separate monitor, separate keyboard. So attach your laptop. So laptop is one screen, then we have big monitor. I like to work on big monitors. Let's say you are looking at data frame, pandas data frame with so many columns, so many rows. Bigger screen always helps. JP is saying, is ML losing its importance because of DL? Absolutely not. Nope. See, DL is useful in mainly in unstructured data, audio, video. It is useful in structured data as well, but DL makes more sense when your data volume is humongous. If you have smaller data set, structured data, ML is still very much relevant. So ML is still powerful. See, forget ML. If you ask me like rule-based system or regular expression, they are so much powerful. If for a given problem, if you want to use regular expression, if regular expression can solve the problem in a better way, in that I will not use DL because DL will give you horrible performance. So ML is still relevant. Abhirup is asking, can you suggest some projects for a beginner that cover all the concepts so that we can be confident while taking up difficult big projects? Yeah, so smaller concept, let's say if you're talking about linear regression, then I have this property price prediction is a very standard academic example, and I have made a project on that. Other projects you can make is, let me see, image classification, for example. That's a standard project. That's a very basic project. So make some small image classification program using convolutional neural network, for example, right? Make some project on name entity recognition using NLP. And these are all for deep learning. For regular machine learning, yeah, linear regression, any type of classification project should be good enough. Kam is asking economics graduates as a data science. What do you think? It is possible? Of course, it is possible. You have economics background, and data science is used heavily in finance. So you can use your economics background to your benefit, Kam, and become a very good data scientist. So absolutely, have no doubt in your mind. Hegde is asking, I am doing MSc statistics in India. How can I get job abroad? If you have done studies in India and if you want to come for a job abroad, there are a couple of ways. First is masters. So you do masters in, let's say, in US. Like directly getting job in US is very, very difficult. So you come here for masters, do 1 or 2 years of study, and then you can get a job. Other way of coming is to US, especially because I know I live in US, I can talk about US, is get a job in some product based, some premium company in India, and then you can come here on a inter job transfer. Sakib Alam is when your math for data science playlist. Sakib, already the playlist has started. Please watch it on my channel. Shivangi Vasist is asking, with experience from a different field and switching to data science, will get salary in market according to our knowledge or just equivalent to a fresher? So Shivangi, when you switch, yes, initially you will get a hit on your offer. Most likely the company will give you salary equivalent to a fresher or a little bit higher. Let's say you have done sales for 5 years. They might give you some benefit. You might get some extra salary. And look, this salary thing is all negotiation. It's like going to buy a vegetable and negotiating. There is always a negotiation. And negotiation depends on your interview performance. So if your interview performance is very, very good, HR will, let's say HR decides 10 lakh salary for you per year. Okay. You talk to HR and you say, oh, I don't want 10 lakh, I want 15 lakh. HR will go back to the interviewer and say, okay, based on your interview, do you feel we should give this person 15 lakh? And if you have performed so very solid and left a very positive impression on the interviewer's mind, they'll say, yeah, give 15 lakh. So there's a lot of negotiation that goes on. And you need to learn those negotiation skills as well. But the first important thing is solid performance in the interview. And after that, you know, companies have the slabs. They have slab, okay, for fresher, we will give you, let's say, between 10 to 15 lakh. Now, in that slab, if you can go in a higher category, lower category, all depends on your negotiation plus your interview performance. What do you think, which cloud will excel for implementing data science, as GCP has stronger AI fundamentals in their cloud but less market share? Suraj Khanna is asking this question. Suraj, very good question actually. Even my belief is that Google is the leader in AI, but unfortunately they don't have too much cloud presence right now. uh, See, Amazon is number one in cloud. Azure is making a fast progress. Amazon, many companies like they're replacing Amazon with Azure. So Azure is pretty good, and GCP is having its own struggle. But one of my friends was telling me GCP is also gaining momentum now because they're offering some special discount and they're ramping up the game. But as far as you are concerned, Suraj, I think you can go ahead with anything. Once you know some cloud fundamentals, then the fundamentals are same, the concepts are same. And if you use Amazon versus Azure, you just need to make yourself familiar with the interface, their website. So I would not worry too much about it. If you want to use GCP, go ahead. Kasakai Mumbai is asking, I'm 30-year-old, 7 years experience in finance, very good, but currently doing internship in data science. Does age matter in switching? Age does not matter. All it matters is your head. In your head, what you're thinking. If you're thinking I'm 30-year old, then you're old. I've seen people who are like, I'm 18-year old, then you're old. I used to work with a Russian uh, architect, Russian software architect. He was 70-year-old, okay? 70-year-old. The guy was so full of energy. He would beat any young person when it comes to learning new things. So it is all in your head. Okay. I'm not giving you any false motivation, by the way. Okay. Some people might be thinking, oh, this guy has a YouTube channel to gain views. He's giving false motivation. No, whatever I'm telling you is based on my own personal experience. I'm 38-year-old, and if let's say tomorrow if I want to switch to other domain, I will never think that I'm aged. But always think, okay, you spend all these years into something, you know how you can leverage that. And Kasakai, for you, the good thing is you have experience in finance. 7 years strong experience in finance is super useful. Data science is used the most in the financial domain. So become a data scientist for financial domain. Don't give up on your domain knowledge. It's very important. Kotayaram Venkateshwar Reddy, can you tell me the path for data analysis? Yes, in YouTube, you search for code basics, learn data analysis skills for in 3 months, you will find my video. So Akshay Karne, you are spamming. Please do not spam. I'm going to skip your question because you spammed. Gaurav Rajput, I'm seventh semester student. Can I prepare for data science in 5 to 6 months? Yes, I have 6 month roadmap preparation, but in 6 months you will gain basic knowledge. After that, the journey of learning is lifelong. Okay, just to remind everyone, this is a fundraiser live streaming to help India fight COVID. India is going through very tough time. Friends, please check the video description. I have given a link of Milap initiative that is trying to supply oxygen to hospitals. Once you donate, fill out a Google form link is in a video description below. Only 3 fields: give your name, how much you donated, what is your email ID. That way I can sum up all the amount. Let's say we collect 1 lakh rupees from this fundraiser. I will try to match that amount from my own pocket, either 100% or partially based on how much we can collect. But please help. We are fortunate, we are alive, we are in IT, on computers, we have our jobs, but that's not the case with everyone. People are suffering, they are in dire need. And this Milap initiative I have identified is genuine. Please don't have doubts. Many times people give doubts that, oh, I give my money and it's not gonna go in a good hand. Well, if you keep on doubting, you will not be doing anything. You will not be any helping anyone. You'll be just sitting in your home. It is our responsibility to help others who are in need. So my philosophy when I give donation to any NGO is, if I give 10 rupees, if only 5 rupees goes in the needy's hand, even then it's fine because I have contributed something. It's better to do something than not doing anything. So my sincere request, please help. Rezul Islam, hey Dawal, love from Bangladesh. Hey Rezul, I have many of my subscribers from Bangladesh. I watch YouTube travel vlogs and I watch vlogs from Bangladesh, all kind of countries. Thanks for leaving a comment. Sound Sikdar, what is the best platform in easy to use for deep learning models deployment? So, see, for deep learning models deployment, when you're talking about platform, the basic naive approach is you train your model, you export it to a file, then you write a server either using Python Flask or Fast API, or you can use TensorFlow serving, and you create a server. Now, once you have a server, you package it up, you deploy it to cloud, Amazon, Azure, whatever. That is a basic approach. Nowadays, because of ML ops, you are finding many solutions. There is ML Flow, there is Kubeflow, there is Amazon SageMaker. For example, if you're using SageMaker, they will try to automate a lot of processes for you. Google also has its own platform like Google uh, Cloud Compute. So I would say any platform. I don't have a strong say on which platform is good. Just use any platform. And if you're working in a company, or your company would have already selected a specific platform for you. JP is asking, oh, this question is already asked. So friends, one general guideline, if you spam, I'm not going to respond to your question. So if you have a question, if I miss it, ask maybe 2 or 3 times. If you ask more than 3 times, your question is not getting answered. Sorry. So I see a lot of scams and spam. And if I see same question being repeated multiple times, I'm skipping it. Okay, so more spam is skipped. Okay, same question. Nihar Dugade is asking, can I name best places and universities in United States to do masters in data science? Nihar, yes, I have done a couple of videos recently, but if you talk about East Coast, like Stevens, Rutgers are very good universities. Oklahoma State University is very good. I did a video with Kushal Shah. He did his masters for free because that university gives a tuition fee waiver. So he was able to cover all his tuition cost, all his rental, food, all the costs. Uh, and Oklahoma State University is a good one. US, see here the universities are private. So I think same in India as well. So there are so many universities, and data science is relatively new field. So they don't have much ranking on, okay, for data science, this is the best university, because these programs, data science master's program, have only started recently, only like 2-3 years back. So it's kind of hard to figure out, but yeah, I named few. If you watch my video with Kushal Shah on how he did his masters for free in US, we have listed some other good universities. So please watch that video. Okay. All right, I'm just going to skip over because people are spamming. It is very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate. When you spam, see, I'm scrolling and it is wasting everyone's time. It is wasting everyone's time, and guess what? You're not getting your response, right? So lose proposition. Okay, now I found some non-spam question, I guess. Okay, Pratyush Desai is asking, we can see machine learning engineers, data scientists are getting paid a lot. Will the pay fall in some years as there are a lot of machine learning engineers? Okay, Pratyush, very good question. Think about software engineering. Software developer is not a new field, right? Software development started in 80s. After 40 years, we are in 2021. Software engineers still get paid hard. You see software engineers, let's say in US, who get $70,000 a year, and the same software engineer, not same, like different type of software engineer, getting $700,000 a year. What matters is how good you are in that domain, how good you are. What is your attitude? Do you have that problem solver attitude? Do you have positive? You need a lot of soft skills as well. But overall, the scope of machine learning engineers and data scientists will remain same. I think next 20, 30 years, 30 years maybe, they will get high pay. But in order to get high pay, it depends on the individual. As an individual, how good you are in solving that problem. Okay. So the scope of software engineers started 40 years back. Even after 40 years, software engineers are still getting paid high. Similarly, machine learning engineers, data scientists, I think next 40 to 50 years, I see a very bright future. Bhudev Sharma is asking, there are some companies who charge fees to train us to become data scientists and asks us to get a job. Well, it depends on the company. Like sometimes companies are charging you fees because of whatever reason. I would be careful. I would search thoroughly. You should search thoroughly. You should talk to people who have done internship in that company before and then get into it. Because it could be a scam as well. Nadini is asking, online platform is better or university course better? See, if you learn anything in a classroom setting where there is a live interaction, it is always better. But I know many people see online. Like if you ask me, I mean, I prefer online because it depends on your personality. Because I can, like, it depends on how much driven you are, how much discipline you have. Let's say you're working from home or learning from home, and you are getting constant distraction. You know, your mother is calling you, your father is calling you, someone come to your home, then you get disturbance. But if you go to university, there is no disturbance. So both are better. Online platform is better for people. Like for example, me, right? I don't want to commute to university. I hate driving. And at home, I don't have disturbance. I have my own closed room. I have not disturbance. And I like learning online. I can figure things out on my own. I know how to take help from internet, how to connect with people. So for me, online learning is much better than university. But I have seen many people, I would say majority of the people, in-person study helps. In person you can talk to person, that human to human interaction is helpful. All right, we have only 1 minute left, friends. I need to go. I have something else to take care of. Thank you very much for attending. I'm sorry if I couldn't answer. There are many questions I couldn't answer. I will be doing live streams almost every weekend. Not some weekends I might skip because of my schedule, but I will be doing mainly the YouTube charity streams to help India with COVID situation. So today we identify one initiative. Maybe next week we'll identify another initiative, but we should all try to help people. India is going through a tough time. I'm telling you, my best friend's father passed away. People are going through extreme suffering. Please try to help. Don't just have doubts in mind that, okay, I'm donating my money to this NGO and money will go in bad hand. See, you have to put faith on someone. So this NGO that I have identified, I talked to a couple of my friends and they say it's a trustworthy. So and when you're donating to NGO, you can look for 80G tax benefits. So if you look at this particular NGO, donate for oxygen. So let me just share my screen and show you. Okay, so I think I'll share my screen now. You can see, right? So in this screen, you see 80G tax benefits. So this is a properly like registered entity. They give the tax benefits and they're doing this big fundraising. So you click on donate now button and you can help. And once you do that, see in the video description. So this is that NGO's link. And if you look at this Google form, in the Google form, after, let's say you donated 100 rupees, right? So you will say, okay, I donated 100, your email, submit. So that way I will collect all the donations and then I'll try to match up from my own pocket. All right. Thank you very much everyone for attending. And I pray for the safety of your family, safety of India as a country. And I wish you learned something from this live, and I will see you most likely coming weekend. We are going to do another, we'll pick up another NGO, another initiative again to fight India with COVID situation. So I'll be doing this for next 4 or 5